The episode begins with the king after the conclusion of the grand consecration, where they receive numerous messages from the envoys of the kingdoms Zamanyen, Goya, and Cerebell to meet His Majesty the king. All the messages are related to Sari, the representative of the queen. However, the king refuses all the messages, as he believes they are wasting his time. Nothing happens, and he wants them to see the work of the queen's representative themselves. If they object, he has no other choice but to listen to their complaints. Then the king asks his men to inform the envoys to inform their respective kingdoms about this matter. When the advisor sees this, he is surprised because he did not anticipate that His Majesty the king would change once again since the grand consecration. The next day, Ahmet goes to the balcony to see another crowd of envoys. She expects a strong reaction, but it still shocks her. She decides to intervene in this matter and then goes to Sariphi. She must raise her morale as she seems tense. When she enters, she finds Sarai preparing her clothes. Ahmet is surprised because she thought Sarai would be nervous, but Sarai tells her that the advisor said her ordinary clothes are too worn out for a queen's work, and she must wear new clothes. Ahmet tells her that she is very composed, both inside and outside the palace, but Sarai informs her that she knows everything and can't pretend not to be nervous. However, worrying before taking any action won't get her anywhere. She won't let overthinking make her more qualified, so she must do whatever she can. Ahmet thinks for a moment and then leaves her room. While walking around the palace, she overhears the royal guards talking about their upcoming mission to Ivos. They heard that they would go to suppress an armed gang that has been attacking cities. They used to fight intermittently before the reign of the previous king, so they must maintain their determination. After that, Ahmet goes to her favorite spot to think about Sarai. She has challenging duties as the queen's representative, and Commander Yermungand has dangerous tasks, but she couldn't do anything. However, she comes up with a good idea. Her hometown, Moga, is known for the tradition of lucky charms and protection. She decides to make a necklace for Lady Sarai to keep her safe from any illness or harm and fulfill her dreams. She fills each braid with wishes and prayers to create a valuable gift for Lady Sarai, who always provides her with courage. Afterward, sleep overtakes Ahmet, and she dreams of Lord Yermungand, giving him the necklace. But she wakes up immediately, feeling shy. When Ahmet finishes making the necklace the next day, she happily goes to Lord Yermungand to give it to him before the end of the day. On her way, she overhears one of the royal guards talking to him, saying that he couldn't accompany him on this campaign and asked his friend to deal with the commander more respectfully. The guard emphasizes that the commander should consider his situation as he knows his wife is pregnant. The commander responds by saying that their duty is to obey the king's orders as His Majesty wants to protect his virtuous subjects, which includes the family of this guard. His primary duty now is to protect them during this confusing time, and no one else is capable of accomplishing this task. The guards are amazed by the commander's eloquence and express their gratitude. Then they ask him about his wedding date, and Ahmet becomes very embarrassed, waiting for his response. However, he surprises her by stating that he has dedicated his sword, body, and soul entirely to His Majesty the king and has no intention of getting married. Ahmet becomes very sad, but she gives the necklace to Sarai and her companions. They are delighted to receive the necklace. Then Sarai notices another necklace in Ahmet's hand and asks her about it. Ahmet tells her it's for Commander Yermungand. At that moment, Princess Ahmet's face turns red with embarrassment and shame. She tells Sarai that these necklaces are made of a special type of gemstone that can only be found in the Pacific Ocean, specifically along the Bermuda Triangle. Her father, who used to be a powerful warrior, worked in that area and brought her many of these rare gemstones. Then Ahmet talks about Commander Yermungand, whom she loves very much but feels unable to give such a gift to him, fearing that he would reject it or that it would cause her a lot of embarrassment. However, Sarai tells her that she must confront him with the truth, as she is not doing anything forbidden and has not asked him for anything inappropriate. She loves him, and her intentions are noble. She must have faith, patience, and composure in order to achieve her goal. Sarai mentions that Ahmet used to be the same way before, but now she has become a girl with a strong personality. Despite being human, she has earned the love of the king, who will never abandon her. Sarai advises Ahmet to tell him the truth without feeling ashamed, no matter the outcome. Afterward, Ahmet takes the necklace and quickly runs towards Commander Yermungand, calling out to him. At that moment, the commander looks at her, but she appears very flustered. Ahmet gathers some courage and gives him the necklace, telling him that she made it specifically for him and that she crafted it from the rare gemstones found in the Pacific Ocean. The commander looks at her and takes the necklace, expressing how wonderful it is and thanking her immensely. Princess Ahmet blushes and feels very shy. On the other hand, Sarai watches the scene from a distance. Later, Sarai roams around the royal palace, preparing herself for the kingdom's tests in order to impress everyone. At that time, the king approaches her and informs her that her first duty as the queen's representative has been assigned. They take Sarai in a carriage, pulled by some horses, heading towards the land of Cerebell. This land is the closest kingdom to the royal capital of Ozmargo, where King Titus VII and his cursed queen, Kala, reside. They have 4 daughters and a newborn son. The king instructs Sarai to be exceptional and elegant. Sarai wonders if this task will be very challenging, so she needs to focus more. Meanwhile, in the royal palace, Queen Kala pleads with the king not to perform the rituals, but he tells her that these rituals are part of our ancestors and our country's traditions. They must respect the traditions of the other country, Ozmargo. However, the discussion continues about how a human could bear his child at this time. A guard enters and informs them that the king has crossed the border and is on his way. Then King Titus arrives, and Sarai welcomes him. King Titus tells him that he doesn't need a grand welcome, but the king insists that it is the least he can do to greet his honored presence. This guard thinks to himself that this is the human girl whom the king wants to be his queen. Then Sarai speaks, saying how delighted she is to meet them and that she has come as the queen's representative of Ozmargo to perform the blessing rituals on their royal son. They can address her as Sarai. King Titus responds, saying that he has heard about her but never imagined that she would be so charming. His wife said that she was very beautiful, and the prince was supposed to attend to greet them, but he is asleep now. He promised that he would be ready for the royal ceremony before tomorrow. They then went to have a meal, and the queen said to Sariphi, "I was told that you don't like strong drinks, but I prepared a light fruit drink. I hope you like it." Suddenly, the king stood up and said, "I feel a little tired. I will go rest." Sariphi accompanies him, and they leave. She apologizes because she ruined that beautiful feast, but she promises to do better in tomorrow's ceremony. He tells her that she doesn't need to pretend to be strong for him. She must also pretend to be brave, or it won't be fair. She agrees and tells him that she has gotten used to hating monsters for him, and she was prepared for it. The feeling she had from the queen's behavior has been with her since the morning she found out that she was the sacrifice, up until the day she presented herself as a sacrifice. It suffocated her, like drowning in a dark sea. She didn't feel alive. The queen reminded her of that time. The king suddenly hugs her, surprising Sariphi. The king tells her that he lacks eloquence and can't find the right words for a moment like this, so he mimics what she always does for him. Sariphi tells him that she was nervous and afraid of tomorrow's ceremony, and she is sure that the suffocating feeling will engulf her again. She doesn't know if she can stand on her feet and perform the rituals or not. But she is fine now, as long as he is with her. She won't be in that cold, dark sea anymore. When she is with him, she can dream of warm dreams. On the other side, we see the queen talking to her newborn child and telling him that she won't let that human touch him, no matter the cost. She will protect him. In the morning of the next day, we see the princes and the king gathering in the palace to bless Prince Cerebell I, and Lady Sariphi, the representative of Queen Ozmargo, wants to bless the prince like a karakara. Then Sariphi goes to him, expressing her joy and wanting to carry him to kiss his forehead, but his mother plays a malicious trick to make him cry so that Sariphi won't touch him. The mother pretends that he usually behaves well, so we cannot continue the sacred rituals. He gets upset and reluctantly asks to postpone them. Sariphi tells him that we need to wait a little because I will feel sorry for the baby if we carry on, and he doesn't want that. Then King Leo tells him that if this is what my queen says, then there is no choice. And since we will be here all day, we need to take care of other matters first. He thanks the prince for his generosity and then speaks to himself, saying that he heard rumors that Princess Kaura is infatuated with her only son, and he thinks she intentionally protected him to avoid completing the rituals, no matter the cost. If she succeeds, the first act of our queen's representative will fail miserably. What will this mischievous girl do from the other side? On the other hand, Sariphi is seen comforting the crying baby, and she apologizes for it. Sariphi tells her that if you don't mind, I can help calm him down. While my Majesty finishes their conversation, his mother thanks Sariphi for her concern, but she refuses and tells her that you must not be busy right now. So, I suggest that you take a look around our palace in the meantime. I will summon someone to guide you. Then this little girl comes in and asks the princess if she can be Sariphi's guide. We know that she is her little daughter. What is the story behind this little girl, and why did she choose to be Sariphi's guide? Is there something planned for her? We will find out in the next episode, so stay tuned. But we hope that you subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to receive all the latest updates.